There is a moment that almost every English learner knows. You are in a conversation. Someone asks you a question, and you know the answer. You have the words. You have practiced this. You are ready. And then, nothing. Your mind goes quiet. The words that were right there, disappear. And you stand in that silence, feeling your face get hot, feeling the other person waiting, feeling something inside you shut down completely. You freeze. And the worst part, the part that nobody talks about, is that it has nothing to do with your English. Nothing. You could have 1,000 words in your vocabulary. You could know every grammar rule. And still, the freeze comes. Today I want to tell you why. And I want to tell you something that might change how you think about this moment forever. Before we go deeper, write one word in the comments right now. One word that describes how you feel when you freeze in English. Stuck, blank, invisible, whatever is true. I read every single one. Welcome to English Unlocked. I am Emma, and this, the 70th episode. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a building when a fire alarm goes off? That sound, that sudden, loud, impossible to ignore alarm, your body reacts before your mind even understands what is happening. Your heart speeds up, your muscles tighten, your attention narrows down to one thing. Get out. Get safe. Survive. Now. Imagine the alarm goes off, and there is no fire. Maybe it was a test. Maybe someone burned their toast in the kitchen. But your body does not know that. Your body just hears the alarm and reacts, because that is exactly what it was built to do. This is what happens, when you freeze in English. There is a part of your brain, deep inside, very old, very powerful, called the amygdala. Think of it as the building's security guard. Its only job is to protect you. And it is very, very good at its job. When it senses danger, real danger, like a physical threat, it pulls the alarm. It shuts down everything that is not essential for survival. Thinking, planning, speaking, all of it goes offline. The problem is, the amygdala cannot always tell the difference between a real fire and a social situation where someone is watching you speak English. To your security guard, both feel the same. The judgment of a room full of people, the pressure of someone waiting for your answer, the fear of saying something wrong and looking stupid. For the amygdala, these feel like danger. And so, the alarm goes off, and your words disappear. This is not a grammar problem. This is not a vocabulary problem. This is your brain's security system doing exactly what it was designed to do, at exactly the wrong moment. Now, why does this happen with English specifically? Why not in your native language? Because in your native language, you have been speaking since you were 2 years old. You have made mistakes. You have recovered. You have learned, slowly, over many years, that making a mistake does not mean danger. The amygdala has had 30 or 40 years of evidence that speaking your language is safe. In English, the evidence is different. Maybe you made a mistake and people laughed. Maybe you spoke and someone corrected you in a way that felt humiliating. Maybe you had one bad experience, just one, in one meeting, and your brain filed it under English speaking equals danger. And now, Every time you try to speak English in front of people, the security guard checks that file, sees the old evidence, and pulls the alarm. This is why the freeze feels automatic. Because it is. You are not choosing to freeze. Your nervous system is choosing for you, based on old information, old experiences, old fear. But here is what changes everything. Old information can be updated. I want to tell you about Jin-ho. Jin-ho is a senior engineer from Seoul. He has been working in his company for 11 years. He is respected, experienced, the person his team comes to when they need the right answer. His written English is excellent. Precise, professional, clear. His manager has told him more than once that his reports are some of the best in the department. But twice a month, his company runs international conference calls. Engineers from Germany, the United States, Brazil, Japan, all on the same call. And Jin-ho goes silent. Not because he has nothing to say. He always has something to say. He prepares notes. He knows his material. But the moment he unmutes himself and hears his own voice in that space, with all those international colleagues, with the slight delay of the video connection, with the awareness that everyone is listening, the alarm goes off. He told me, "Emma, I can hear my heart." My hands get cold, and the sentence I was going to say, it just disappears. Like someone deleted it. Like someone deleted it. We started working together, and in our first session, I did not ask him to practice speaking. I asked him to do something much simpler. I asked him to describe the alarm, not to fight it, not to push through it, just to notice it. My heart is faster, my hands are cold, my mind is quiet. Out loud, in English, just those 3 sentences. He looked at me, through the screen, like I was asking him to do something very strange. "That is it?" he said. "That is it," I said. Here is why this works. When you name what is happening in your body, when you say out loud, "My heart is faster, my hands are cold," you activate a different part of your brain. The part that observes. The part that thinks. The moment you become the observer of the alarm, instead of the person trapped inside it, the alarm loses some of its power. It is still there, but you are no longer inside it. You are standing next to it, watching it, and you can make a choice. Jin-ho practiced this for 2 weeks. Every morning before the conference calls, he would sit quietly for 60 seconds and describe what his body was doing. "My chest is a little tight. My shoulders are up. I am a little nervous." In English, out loud, alone in his office. After 2 weeks, something shifted. He sent me a message on a Thursday evening. He said, "Emma, I spoke today. In the call. Not everything I wanted to say, but I said 2 things. Real things. Not just yes or no. And the alarm, it went off. But I did not go with it. I did not go with it." That sentence. That is the whole thing. That is everything I want for every learner I work with. The alarm will go off. For a while, maybe for a long while, the alarm will go off. That is not the goal. To make it stop. The goal is to hear it. And stay. To feel your heart speed up. And speak anyway, to notice your hands get cold. And unmute yourself anyway. Because every time you do that, you are giving your security guard new evidence. You are saying, Look, I spoke, and nothing bad happened. The building is still standing. And slowly, not immediately, not after one call, but slowly, the amygdala updates its file. The alarm becomes quieter. The freeze becomes shorter. And one day, you say your sentence before the alarm even has time to pull the lever. Jin-ho runs the technical section of those conference calls now. Not every call, but sometimes. His German colleagues know his name. He still gets nervous. He told me that last week. Emma, I still get nervous before the call. I said, good. Nervous means you care. Nervous is not the same as frozen. Nervous is not the same as frozen. If you recognized yourself in Jin-ho's story, right below, you are not alone, and the alarm does not have to win. I want to leave you with one question today. Not about English, about that security guard inside you. Think about the last time you froze in English. Think about that exact moment. The silence, the disappearing words, the heat in your face. And ask yourself, was there actually a fire? Was there real danger in that room? Or was it just people? Just a conversation? Just a moment that your security guard decided, based on old evidence, based on old fear, was something to be afraid of? Because if the building was not burning, then the alarm was wrong. And if the alarm was wrong, you do not have to evacuate. You can stay. You can breathe. You can speak. The alarm will go off again. I cannot promise you it will not. But you are the one who decides if there is a fire. Not the alarm, not the amygdala, not the old evidence from old experiences. You. I am Emma. And in our next lesson, we go further into the freeze. Because understanding it is only the first step. The second step is something much more practical, and I think it is going to surprise you. Bye for now.